order. Aaron, do you mind to do the roll call?
Ms. Blackwell?
Here.
Mr. Kirkland?
Here.
Mr. Bishop?
Here.
Mr. Coyle?
Here.
Mr. Fogel?
All right, before we begin the meeting, I would like to take a moment of silence for, we've had some members of the community pass away. Jordan Guthrie, Anthony Godey, David Hogan, Kenneth Graham, and Mrs. Marcus Clark. Thank you all. Appreciate it. The first item on the agenda is to consider approval of minutes of previous meeting held Thursday, October 3rd, 2019.
Motion. Second.
Blackwell?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Coyle?
Yes.
Mr. Fogel?
Yes.
The second item, we have some special guests with us tonight, Mr. Lonnie Campbell and Mr. Keith Brock with Compass Advisors, the municipal advisors. They're kind of here to give us an update and financial report for the Marion County Fiscal Court. Appreciate y'all coming down.
Not our Keith Brock.
Not our Keith Brock, different Keith Brock.
They didn't look like Keith Brock.
Thank you.
Well, I've come down to talk to you all a little bit. The judge, met with the judge a few weeks ago, and
Thank you.
you're welcome. First, I'll introduce myself. I'm Lonnie Campbell from CAECO, Assistant Director for Financial Services Loan Department. We kind of wanted to summarize today a little bit where your debt is right now, and it's good news, actually. It's very good news. You're paying down some debt. We came down, as I mentioned, we came down and talked to the judge a few weeks ago. He said, well, why don't y'all come back to the fiscal court and kind of tell everybody where we are right now and kind of things that we're getting paid off and what may be like in the future. So that's kind of what we did. I'm actually going to let Keith go over the presentation he did. Keith is in partnership with us. He does a lot of our financial work as far as bond issues and things like that. So Keith's going to kind of go over that. But I want to give a plug in for CAECO. It has our conference next week. So if you all can make it, we'd be glad to have you. Hope you can make it. So,
Golf house, right?
golf house, yes, sir. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So, go ahead and turn it over to Keith.
Great, appreciate everyone's time this evening. Kind of go through this fairly quickly, but any questions, just fire them off. We'd be happy to try to address them. But basically, anytime we're kind of going through a county's overall financial condition, so we kind of start with, where are things currently, and look at kind of a historical look at the financial activities of the county. And so we always kind of start with the debt component. And so if you're looking at the first page there, labeled the debt capsule report, here you'll find a listing of all of the county's current debt based upon the most recent audit. You can see kind of starting left to right, we've kind of listed them out by dates, series, type of financing that was done. And then column C, there's a description, a brief description of the projects that were financed, the original amount of the financing, and then probably most important is the current amount outstanding. And you can see that totals about $9.3 billion, but that also includes debt that is paid for 100% by the administrative office of the courts. You all kind of remember how that's structured. You all own the facility issued debt, but you're not legally obligated to pay for it. The AOC makes those payments. So we show you that, even though it really isn't debt directly to the county. And so when you back that amount of debt from AOC out, really the county's left with about $1.8 million in current debt outstanding, which is a small debt burden based upon the community of your size. So you can kind of also see here the kind of the final maturities of when these debts are going to be paid off by fiscal year. And we'll show you graphically here in a second the breakout of that. Kind of below that, we're also showing you what we consider legal bonding capacity, meaning under state law, you can only borrow 2% of your assessed valuation. So next page, I think, is really kind of shows the story and when we're talking about the debt being retired fairly quickly. In other words, you have a low overall debt burden, but also your debt is amortizing fairly quickly, meaning that, as your final payment is, we're showing as fiscal year 2028, you can see graphically here how your payments have been structured such that as your debt rolls off, the impact to your budget is going to reduce that debt service component. So you can see you're kind of in that $400,000 range for the next 3 or 4 budget cycles, and then you have some debt roll off, and then it further rolls off, and then assuming nothing happens between now and then, you have no longer any more debt due on that. And so we also kind of want to just give you kind of a general idea, of what your kind of more of your financial capacities would be within your existing debt service. So if you look at your current payments, and you say, well, what could we afford if we needed to do something today over a 20-year time horizon and keep our debt payments essentially flat? In other words, no increase into your debt. And that's accomplished by structuring and wrapping the debt around your current debt, if that makes sense. And so ultimately, we're estimating that based on today's current rates, which are extremely low, it's about $4.5 million in capacity that would keep your debt payments roughly around that $400,000 a year. So, now, as you can expect, the next few years is where your peak debt service is. So as time would go by, your capacity would increase as well because that debt falls off. And you have the constraint is those early years and trying to solve to keep the payments low. But you would have some flexibility there, if you had capital needs coming up that you needed to address, given your short cycle in terms of current debt outstanding. And so in thinking forward, there's some ways to kind of tackle that should those things arise. I know that's a lot of information. It's not just on a graph, but hopefully that explanation makes sense. The next page is simply the data, the detail behind those debt payments. So you can see it broken down by project in terms of time and so forth. So that's kind of the overview of the current debt. I mean, we also, and I don't think it's in the packet, but we kind of looked at your historical assessed valuation growth and so forth in terms of your tax base. Those things are trending very positively in terms of year-over-year overall growth in your tax base. It's a recent assessment, you're up 7%, which is really strong growth overall. You're seeing that across a lot of different categories, but real estate was pretty strong at 6%. So your kind of your 5-year, 6-year look back in terms of your overall growth in the community is fairly stable. Obviously, I think that's been made things a little bit easier in terms of your tax rate policy. We've been able to maintain tax rates constant in place. But you've also had a lot of new property, which is kind of back in we're showing somewhere around average $6-7 million a year in terms of new property on the tax rolls in the community, which is part of that overall growth rate you can see. We also looked at in terms of your different funds and your overall cash positions in terms of liquidity, trends in tax revenues and everything the second year of that. You've got 8 more years of potential 12%
To get to the
annual
12.
increases.
Yeah.
And so in planning for that, you gotta think through what the compounding effect of that may be. And so it can be a pretty significant.
Yeah, it's, I talked to, when they came down the first time, it almost doubles what our match is now, so, that's a critical, to our budget,
Correct, and so the challenge is trying to plan for that and trying to maintain enough financial flexibility such that you can absorb those, projected increases year over year. It was kind of a win where they capped it, where it limited the increase and people were happy, but it really just kind of pushed that liability
Down the
down,
road.
which just put added pressure on the future contribution rates. And so you've got a little reprieve, so to speak, in the earlier years, but then, it's going to eventually have to catch up. The real question is, at what point does the county system reach that crossover point where you've kind of made up for those past liabilities and now you're just kind of current? We don't have that answer, but trying to plan for kind of at least your known, and then hopefully getting into hopefully the result comes back, where you don't necessarily have to absorb those 12% or whatever increases.
Yeah. And that's in the report, isn't it? I think you.
Yeah, I think.
No,
No, I was going to say, I think we kept the summary level. I think.
It's in, I guess, page 9, I guess, what I had on mine. Do y'all?
we kind of condensed it.
Okay, well, I can share that with them to show them what.
We've got the.
We got the other one too.
Yeah, it's in there, yeah.
They made us copies of it.
We weren't sure how forward it is. So,
Well, I mean, that's this, like you say, you got to plan for that increase, because until they tell us different, that's what we're going to.
So we're kind of the bearer of bad news on that.
On that end, but the other end, we're doing the right thing.
We
It's,
can spread the word
yeah.
all around the state that, hey, the county seems to be.
Well, some counties.
Some counties gonna suffer quicker than others, so you'll kind of have some kind of an answer.
Well, I think the way the system's set up, right, is you all sharing it based upon your percentage of the payroll, right? So you have a payroll amount, and then they set the contribution rate, so you have to pay whatever they tell you to pay. So really, in trying to address that, right, it's from the county level, it's covered payroll, right? Do you reduce your covered payroll or not? That's the only way you're going to really reduce your. And so counties that are not as strong financial shape, say, as you all, are forced to make those tougher decisions earlier because the increase hits them pretty fast. And so, but then the flip side of that, this is why pension is always a very confusing topic, because then you think, well, if everyone did that, that's less money going into the system, so the overall system's not really paying out its liabilities. You kind of have this big circular reference going on. Ultimately, how each individual participant deals with it, and then what the payrolls and so forth do overall, and then what the returns and so forth, how the system assets are managed, are ultimately going to dictate what those contribution rates are. Simple things and changes in assumptions within the plan also affect that. Where FMDs 6 months or so ago, they changed the longevity lifespan calculation, and it ends up increasing liability significantly. So all those moving parts are a factor here. But from a county overall budget, you kind of have to look at that one piece of it, which is an important piece, but then in the context of your overall service-wise, and then it becomes a decision as to, can you cut expenses, or do you need additional revenues, or can you absorb that in what you have? And the compounding effect of that is what you need to kind of plan for, because the first couple of years of this increase has been managed by most counties, but now we're getting into year 3, 4, 5, and suddenly every 4 to 5 years, if they keep taking 4%, that's double. And just with normal attrition of COLA adjustments and so forth in your payroll base, that's where you're going to get some pressures. And so we've just kind of, as Lonnie's been saying, trying to least educate, show, illustrate what it would mean if they did indeed take the 12% based upon your specific situation. And go off the policies. How you handle that. Going back to kind of the beginning, you are in the financial position of strength to try to deal with that. At the same time, you still got to try to manage your budget and keep your budget at least structured balance. And that's the challenge with that. But I know there's a lot of information. Hopefully it's informative. Probably some of it you'll digest, but that was kind of the big picture we wanted to discuss. And then, of course, if there's any additional questions, we have to take them, or if you dig in later and have another follow-up, so you just call it.
I appreciate you, when Lonnie came down before, it kind of gives you
Thank you.
a window of what you're looking at. I mean, it's, it's just a reality. The retirement's the big issue on the election this time. It might change, in November 5th. All this might change and be another plan. So, then we have to, there's some taxes imposed on the health departments and things like that. I don't see how there's any possible way anybody can sustain a 90% increase. And, I don't know how that match could ever be met without help, if they've.
Because they gave them options now, and so we've been having those conversations. It's just separate from this URS discussion. And it's interesting.
Yes.
So you have the state in that plan, the quasis and small health departments, but also big universities.
Yeah.
So collectively trying to figure out, well, what are they going to do? What are we going to do? And then what does it look like based upon all those decisions and all the options they have under the House special session? It's a tough spot, and you're exactly right. I mean, at least it's tough for you all too, but 12% is better than the 100%.
Yeah.
Need that magic pencil.
Sure. Yeah. Well, we do appreciate you all coming. Has anybody got any questions or anything?
Thank you for coming down.
Appreciate it. Yeah. We appreciate it.
Seeing the real Keith Brock next time.
Okay. Thank you, Lonnie. Keith, appreciate it. The next item, Mr. Adel is typically at all our meetings. I don't know where he's at today.
They were gone on a trip, but I thought he was going to be
He
back.
said he was going to be back, so evidently we'll have to get him down for the next.
Table that,
We'll just bring him up next time. His topic is for foster care. He's on the board just trying to recruit some people to get in that program, so he will, I'm sure, be here at the next meeting, and we'll just get him to do it the next meeting. The next item, number 4, is consider approval to allow St. Joe Catholic Community Heritage Incorporated to proceed with the survey to separate the St. Joe Church building from St. Joe Community Center property. Barry?
Put a diagram on there. There's no actually action that needs to occur today, because the only thing that's going to, it just shows you what we're proposing and looking at. So what the nonprofit will establish that survey before we actually do a request formally to the court to transfer the property off to, from the community back to the heritage, or to a heritage nonprofit.
So what's in the blue highlighted is what will actually be surveyed off.
Yeah, as you look on that diagram, it's got clearly marked what the county owns, and then what's in the blue will be the only thing that will be surveyed off. Really no action needed.
To make us aware of it.
What about the action to approve the surveys that don't need nothing on that either? Okay.
Thank you, Barry.
Item number 5 is to consider approval amending Sheriff's Office Annual Order of setting maximum amount for deputies and assistants to include the benefits. And I've kind of got Kevin put together something for me that kind of explains, I'm going to read this if that's okay with Debbie and Jimmy here. Along with the sheriff's and clerk's budget we approve every year, we also have to approve an annual order setting maximum amount for deputies and assistants. This amount includes both salaries and company-paid benefits for deputies and assistants. but not the sheriffs or the clerks. And it is the maximum each official can spend on deputies and assistants. Up until last year, the company paid benefits were not included in the sheriff's budget because they were paid directly by fiscal court. So the maximum amount was always just the salaries. And that's the way it was done the last couple of years. So that's what this is, just to correct it. It's actually not even amending anything. There's no additional funds being, it's just brought to a different line, basically, is what it is. So beginning, it'll be its own line. So beginning in 2018, the maximum amount for sheriff's office, that the maximum amount was $595 that was submitted and approved, was only enough to cover the salaries. The amended annual order saying the maximum amount for the deputies and assistants in this amount is of $800,000, which has been submitted for court approval at this meeting, includes both salaries and benefits that were left out inadvertently. It's the same thing, it's just a different way to do it. This amendment does not change the sheriff's budget, therefore this will not change the amount of money budgeted to be transferred from fiscal court to the sheriff's department. Is that correct? But that's, yeah, it's not like you went over your budget, it just was not put in there. No. And that paper that they sent down from DLG kind of clarifies, is that right, Debbie? This paper, this one, it says including benefits, which it's got a list of full-time salaries and wages. So that's what was originally the way it was supposed to, yeah, okay. Does everybody understand it, what we're doing? All right. So we need a motion.
Motion.
Yes.
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 Item number 6, consider approval of budget transfer of $30,000 to the detention center and $40,000 to EMS.
Motion. Second.
Yes.
Mr. Franklin?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Franklin?
Item number 7, consider approval of no before training options being 1 year for $2,461.37 or 3 years for $5,907.28. And Barry, you kind of give a,
This is in response to the kind of like the cyber ransomware that hit the jail. And we don't, Farmers Bank currently uses this technology company to help educate their employees. And that's what its name is, Know Before. Know Before when you open up your email. So it's a training contract with the county, so they'll do it county-wide for all of our computer users. We're going over 2 months since we've had our attack at the jail, and we had 40 computers, and I've still got 5 that are out. We haven't got back up. And there's a lot of stuff we've lost, and that cost it's cost us not only the repair, but then the lost revenue on some things that we had to have shut down during the first initial errors. I mean, we're better than 20,000 now, so I just, again, I told you I'd research it, and this is the bid to get back to us, and I know it's a reputable company because Farmers Bank is using them themselves to help offset their.
you kind of explain what they'll do is if we do the 3-year option, they will continuously send stuff that shouldn't be open to us.
They'll forward you an email, the company that's training you, and once they train your employees, they'll send you an email, and they'll do it themselves, and if you open it, and it's one that you shouldn't have opened, then they'll alert you, and then the employee has to go back through some of the steps to
It's good.
board off that, so.
Did you ask them about like new hires, like if we have a turnover and we have new hires? We talked about it once
It's
before.
based on that, it's just a number. We don't have to have, like Craig Bishop, and once Craig's gone, it
Goes up to a certain, so many.
Yeah, it's this position.
are those positions. So
Yeah,
So it
we-
looks-
we
Retrained.
figured out, of course, the jail has the most. And then once you leave there, you, I don't know how many's at EMS or some of the other departments, but we have the most of it. But it's still, there's some, I think there's probably another 34. We run at about 27. So there's several employees.
So for this
Is
price,
it 1,500?
all county
All
employees.
All county employees. I mean, because the cost to us, I mean, we already experienced it. We're not the only, I mean, other governments have been hit, city and county, and businesses.
A lot of other
You know,
businesses have been here.
Taylor County Hospital, Howard Memorial Hospital, so it's just a defense method, that, I think, you know, it's gonna be costly. There's stuff that we have lost that we have to rebuild. I mean, we lost it. So,
I was actually talking to Pat Clemens with Clemens Ag the other day. We're doing some work for them, and they hit his business.
Yeah.
And he's having to go back through everything, and I don't know if it's the same company, but so I mean they're hitting big, small, medium-sized, but they're hitting everybody.
that John Hayden out there on Springfield Highway, they knocked their computers out. So
And then
it's a ransom that goes in and encrypts all your files. You either pay the ransom to get them back, or you do like, I mean, and you know, they've got access to it, so we rebuilt.
This is not a,
This is a tech company,
It's-
it's a defense method to train our employees what to look for and what not to do. And then they'll do continual training with our employees. Randomly, they'll send them stuff theirself to make sure that they're not opening things. And if they do, then they'll re-educate.
I like that.
So it looks like it's $1,500 cheaper if you do the 3-year deal.
Oh, yes.
and it's not a guarantee that won't happen. It's just a train.
It's just an opportunity to try to help them. Now, Farmers Bank, that guy down there.
Ryan Burdette.
Brian is, I mean, Melissa and them just been extremely helpful with us, helping us get this information. And he's coming down next week to do some stuff that he thinks he can help us with too. So, there's a lot of, we just gotta go with defense. I mean, it's cyber survival here. So, I would, after experiencing what we experienced, I recommend that you consider it for the county, all county employees that deal with computers.
And that's what this price is for all the,
That's all, it's the clerk's office, it covers the county employees.
animal shelter, jail, EMS, and everybody.
Career Center.
Career Center, gives everybody opportunity to get training.
Well, I'd say this issue's probably just going to continue to get worse if it
Of
is
course it is.
And
preventative.
then, you know,
So,
who knows what we'll be
3
facing 3 years from now. It'll be a whole something no new.
The
So,
one cost right now is real, and it's, we know what's cost us at the jail, and it's way more than what this is.
yes.
So you need a motion to approve the known before training option, 3-year option.
Second,
Ms. Blackwell?
yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Boyd?
Yes.
Mr. Vogel?
Yes.
Judge, who you want to sign this? I'll send it to your office for you all, since it's countywide.
Yeah, we need to get a number. How many we need to get?
I'll just have them get it, and then I'll hook you up with them before you get it signed.
Sounds good. Thank you, Barry.
Thanks, Barry.
Item number 8, consider approval to hire Rebecca Melody Bowling to a full-time counselor position for the SAP program.
Motion.
Ms. Blackwell?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Boyd?
Yes.
Mr. Vogel?
Item number 9, consider approval to clean 3 illegal dump sites using the state grant process. Dump sites are located on Justin Craig's property, Brian Thomas's property, and Joe Ballard's property. We do budget $20,000 a year for this. It is a match we match 25% of this, the estimated cost is gonna be about $20,000 to clean those three up. So it'll cost us right at $5,000 to do this. Like I say, it is, I got some information from Keith here. He says that since the inception of this, we've cleaned up 22 illegal open dump sites over the past 13 years. The Scotch Ridge cleanup was funded using this process. The grant requires a 25% match that is supplied by the local fiscal court. The Division of Waste Management will pay the other 75% of the cleanup cost if approved. So basically, we match 25% on these, and we've done several over the years. So I think it's good for the county. It helps the individuals out that couldn't afford to do it themselves. So
Motion to approve, clean up 3 illegal dump sites.
Second.
Mrs. Blackwell?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vogel?
Yes.
item number 10 is in relation to that. It's consider approval of the resolution authorizing the approval of the legal dump grant.
Motion to approve resolution.
Mrs. Blackwell?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vogel?
Item number 11 is to open bids for the 1976 Ward LaFrance fire truck that belonged to the Raywick Fire Department. We have one bid on that again this time, and it's from Jesse Bohannon. This bid is for $1,250 from Jesse Bohannon, so we'll relay that to Raywick and see how they want to do that, proceed with that.
Is that just a surplus or is it damaged?
It's not able to be used. I think it's pretty much, it's an old truck. I don't know what year it was. It was old.
76.
Yeah. Joe Pat, you know more about it than I do, so what is it?
I really don't know. I mean, it's,
We'll talk to them about it before we accept the bid.
Okay.
Next meeting, we'll accept the bid if that's okay.